Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management? We've discussed the gray divorce on this show for a long time. It's not going away. In fact, some feel it may get worse as more boomers reach retirement age. And as we do in every case when we discuss this, we turn to Deanne Phillips, Director of Client Learning and Development, CFP, CDFA, a certified divorce analyst. Hello, Deanne.
Hello, Danny.
Let's talk about those factors. What is contributing to the rise in divorce rates among Americans that are over 65?
Yeah, and instead of fighting over custody of the kids, elderly couples are more likely to argue over pension plans, retirement savings. So let's define gray divorce for a moment. Technically, it starts at the age of 50 plus, but those age 65 and up are seeing the rate triple from 1990 through COVID. 15% of divorces are in this age group, greater than the age of 65, and more than 60% are initiated by women, mostly driven by empty nest syndrome and financial differences.
Now, needless to say, this has to upend a financial plan. What's the impact on women?
Okay, so there is, first of all, a sharp decline in the standard of living. Women's standard of living drops by an average of 45% after gray divorce, compared to only 21% for men. This is due to factors like shorter work histories. Women are more likely to have to take time out of the workforce for caregiving, leading to lower earnings and savings. There's also household income reduction. So studies have shown that women's household income falls by 23 to 41% in the year following a divorce. And this is exacerbated for women over the age of 65 who often rely on their spouse's income, like their Social Security, and they may have limited time to feel they can recover financially. There are Social Security limitations. Divorced women can claim Social Security benefits based on their ex-spouse's earnings, but this is limited to half of the ex's benefit, often insufficient to maintain their standard of living. Women's own benefits are typically lower as a whole due to gender wage gap and fewer working years. Then there's health insurance and long-term care concerns and costs. Women losing spousal health insurance face higher premiums or coverage gaps, especially critical before Medicare eligibility at age 65. Long-term care insurance can be vital for aging women who live longer, and it becomes a significant expense post-divorce. There are some things during the divorce process, if you have a joint long-term care policy, that can be done. So you should definitely try to address that while the marriage is still intact. And finally, amongst all these also, there's lower repartnering rates for women. Only 22% of women repartner after a gray divorce compared to 37% of men. This can limit their ability to pool resources and recover financially.
I was just reading a string on Reddit, and women were talking about why they don't want to get remarried again.
Sure.
And I thought of you. There was a line, and everybody agreed with it. These guys are looking for a nurse or a purse.
Yes.
Had you heard that before?
I have. I love that. And,
Yeah.
of course, I go back to it all ages. A man is not a financial plan.
That's right. We're with Deanne Phillips, Director of Client Learning Development, CFP, CDFA, a certified divorce financial analyst, talking about the steady increase in gray divorces. Even successful women struggle with personal finance management post-divorce. Maybe that's just not in their wheelhouse.
Well, historical division of financial roles plays into this. Many women, including high-earning professionals, historically deferred financial oversight to their spouses. A 2021 survey found that 61% of women, including very successful ones, leave major financial decisions to their partners. Post-divorce, then, they're thrust into managing a complex portfolio potentially. Divorce is emotionally taxing, and for women over the age of 65, the transition to solo financial management can be overwhelming. Studies can indicate women are more likely to experience decision fatigue post-divorce, impairing their ability to navigate budgets, taxes, or even investment strategies effectively, even if they excelled in professional settings.
We don't recommend going it alone.
Right.
We've got plenty of resources we can hook people up with, but some do. There's got to be DIY downsides.
Do-it-yourself downsides. Yeah, well, inadequate asset division knowledge post-divorce, particularly mishandling of a quadro, which is a qualified domestic relation order, and leaving themselves cash strapped, making poor investment decisions post-divorce in an effort to be conservative, and then they become too conservative and can't manage to make their budget work, tax, Social Security missteps, even underestimated expenses can come into play. This is where having a guided counselor or advisor can really help you. Just a reminder that we give 30-minute consultations to the public, not just our clients. We are open from an educational point of view to help guide you and help you with resources.
Deanne Phillips, Director of Client Learning and Development, CFP, CDFA, a certified divorce analyst.
Thanks for having me, Danny.